Have you ever reacted to something and then later thought, why did I respond like that? Why do small things suddenly feel massive? Why do some people stay calm under pressure while others feel emotionally flooded? And why does it feel like your emotions take over before your mind even catches up? If you've ever shut down, exploded, overthought for hours, or felt emotionally exhausted trying to hold everything together, this video is for you. But before we begin, I want you to do something simple. Take a deep breath and ask yourself this question: when was the last time I actually felt emotionally safe, not distracted, not numb, not pretending to be okay, emotionally safe? If this content resonates with you, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This channel is dedicated to emotional healing, self-awareness, personal growth, and learning how to navigate life in healthier ways. And stay until the end, because I'm going to give you a powerful emotional regulation exercise that can help you regain control during overwhelming moments. Let's get into it. Most people think emotional regulation means not crying, not getting angry, or being calm all the time. But emotional regulation is not about becoming emotionless. It's about learning how to experience emotions without becoming consumed by them. And honestly, many people were never taught this. Some people grew up in homes where emotions were ignored. Others grew up around yelling, criticism, unpredictability, or emotional shutdowns. Some people learned that expressing emotions made them too sensitive. Others learned they had to suppress everything just to survive. So now, as adults, they're trying to manage stress, relationships, work pressure, parenting, trauma, heartbreak, financial stress, and disappointment, with a nervous system that has been overloaded for years. And eventually, the body starts speaking. I want to tell you a story. Imagine a woman sitting in her car after work. She's exhausted. She's been strong for everyone all day long. She answered emails, handled responsibilities, managed family stress, smiled when she didn't feel okay. Then she gets one text message. Just one, and suddenly she breaks down crying. Now, logically, she knows the text wasn't the real issue. The emotional reaction wasn't just about that moment. It was the accumulation of everything she never processed. That's what emotional overload looks like. And this is important. Emotional regulation is not about judging yourself for having emotions. It's about learning to understand what your emotions are trying to communicate. Because emotions are information. Anger may be signaling violated boundaries. Anxiety may be signaling uncertainty or fear. Sadness may be signaling grief, disappointment, or emotional disconnection. But many people don't pause long enough to ask, what am I actually feeling beneath this reaction? Instead, they react automatically. Some people lash out, some people isolate, some people overeat, some people become defensive, some people scroll endlessly to avoid feeling anything at all. And over time, emotional avoidance creates emotional exhaustion. So what does healthy emotional regulation actually look like? It looks like pausing before reacting. It looks like recognizing, I'm becoming emotionally activated right now. It looks like giving yourself space to breathe instead of immediately escalating conflict. It looks like learning how to sit with discomfort without needing to escape it instantly. And no, this does not mean being perfect. Even emotionally healthy people still get triggered. The difference is that they recover differently. Let me say that again. Emotionally healthy people still experience difficult emotions. They just recover differently. One of the most powerful things you can do is begin noticing your emotional patterns. Ask yourself, what situations emotionally trigger me the most? Do I shut down during conflict? Do I become defensive when I feel criticized? Do I absorb everyone else's emotions? Do I avoid difficult conversations because they overwhelm me? Awareness changes everything, because you cannot regulate what you refuse to acknowledge. Now let's talk about something important that many people overlook. Your nervous system matters. Sometimes people think they're crazy, dramatic, or too emotional, when in reality, their nervous system is simply overstimulated, lack of sleep, chronic stress, burnout, trauma, conflict, financial pressure, emotional invalidation. All of these impact emotional regulation. This is why self-care is deeper than bubble baths and motivational quotes. Sometimes self-care looks like getting enough rest, setting boundaries, turning your phone off, walking away from emotionally unsafe conversations, eating consistently, going to therapy, learning to say no without guilt. Healing often looks less glamorous than social media makes it appear. Now I want to give you a practical emotional regulation strategy. The next time you feel emotionally overwhelmed, try this. Pause and name what you're feeling. Not just, I'm upset. Go deeper. Are you hurt? Embarrassed? Rejected? Disappointed? Afraid? Unseen? Research actually shows that naming emotions can reduce emotional intensity because it activates the thinking part of the brain instead of remaining stuck in emotional reactivity. Then ask yourself, what do I need right now? Not what someone else needs, not what social media says. What do you need? Maybe you need rest, maybe you need space, maybe you need reassurance, maybe you need boundaries. Maybe you simply need to stop abandoning yourself emotionally, and that changes everything. Because emotional regulation is not about controlling yourself through shame. It's about creating enough internal safety that your emotions no longer feel like emergencies. I want you to remember this. Your emotions are not weaknesses, they are signals. And learning how to understand yourself emotionally may completely change the quality of your relationships, your mental health, and your peace. So before this video ends, I want you to reflect on this question. What emotion have I been avoiding lately? Be honest with yourself. Sometimes healing begins with honesty. If this video spoke to you, comment below with the word aware, so I know you made it to the end. And if you know someone who struggles with emotional overwhelm, send this video to them. Also, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications because this channel is all about emotional healing, self-awareness, confidence, boundaries, and personal growth. And remember, healing is not becoming emotionless. Healing is learning how to hold your emotions without letting them control your life. Disclaimer: this video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not intended to replace therapy, mental health treatment, diagnosis, or medical advice. If you are struggling emotionally, please seek support from a licensed mental health professional or appropriate healthcare provider.